Chapter 4.1 Introduction to Decimals. In this section, we will learn how to write decimals in standard form and in words. So here's a number, 61.88. And we will find out how to read this number. So this number has three parts. Okay, we call it a decimal number. So the first part is this one. This is the whole number part, 61, whole number, followed by a point. This is decimal point, and then decimal part, 88. Okay, so this is a number written in decimal notation, and for each digit, there is we call it a place value. Okay, so there is a place value name for each digit. So it looks like this diagram. Okay, look at this. Here's the decimal point. We know what the decimal point is, right? And that the numbers on the left of the decimal point is just a whole number. And we learned the place value for these whole numbers. We learned this one in chapter 2, right? Chapter 2, 1, 2. Okay, so this is this is the first digit is ones digit, tens digit, and the third one is the hundredth digit. But as you go to the right of this decimal point, okay, the first digit is 10th digit, 10th. And the 10th is what? This is 10th, isn't it? 10th digit. And the second digit is called 100th digit. So 100th means 1 over 100, isn't it? So 1 over 100 means this 100th. And the third one is thousandth. So that is equal to 1,000, right? And the fourth digit is 10,000. Can you see 10,000 is this one, isn't it? 10,000. So you can read a number just like a whole number, and that place value as you read it as a whole number part will be, whole number will be written in the denominator. And the next one is 100,000. And then millions, right? Millions. Okay, so the position of a digit, for each digit in this decimal determines the digit's place value. So these are the place values. So let's find out the relationship between the fractions and number written in decimal notation. Okay, how do you write 7/10? Okay, 7/10 means 10th, right? 10th. 10th is 1 over 10. Look at this one. 10th, this is 10th, isn't it? So 7/10 means there are 7 of this. There are 7 of this. So when you add 1/10 7 times, what happens? This is equal to 7/10, isn't it? 7/10. So this is how we read it. So we need one more. 2, 4, 6, 7. So 7/10 means, right, 7 and then over 10th. Okay, and 700th means, okay, 100th. Okay, 100th is this one, isn't it? This one. So there are 7 of them. So 7 over 100. And 7,000th is, okay, 1 over 1,000 is 1,000th. And then there are how many of them? 7 of them, like this. What if you have a 12,000th? In this case, 12,000th. 12,000th, right? This. Then you repeat 12 over 1,000. Simple, isn't it? Okay, so the last digit, so the 7 is the last digit of this 10th. And 700th means 7 is the last digit of the 100th. And 12,000th means, okay, the last digit is 2, right? 2. So 2 will be the last digit of 1,000th. So let's read this number, 372.516. Okay, read the left side, the whole number part first. So that is 372. Then read the decimal point as end. So 372 and they read the decimal parts. So this is there are 3 digits, right? 3 digits. So this will be 1,000th. Okay, 5 is 10th, 1 is 100th, 6 is 1000th. So the place value for the last one is 1000th. So how many thousandths are there? 516. So read 516 first and then put thousandth. Can you see it? So 372 and 516 thousandth. So read the place value of the last digit. So read the decimal part first. Read the whole number part first, and then add and, the word and, then read the decimal part. And the decimal part should be read as a whole number, and then put the name of the place value of the last digit. In this case, thousandth. All right. Then let's write this in number, decimal. Okay, 91 end. So this end should be a decimal, isn't it? This should be a decimal point. And thousandth. Okay, thousandth is the third decimal, right? Third decimal place. So there are two zeros after. So this should be 2 zeros after the decimal point. So thousandth is this guy, right? Thousandth. So you can write it as 91. Okay, write down 91 and 8. So 8 should be the last digit of this thousandth. So 008. So you can read it as 8 thousandths, right? Thousandths. So 91 and 8 thousandths. Make sense? Okay, if this is 12 thousandths, then what happens? 12 thousandths, then it will be 91.012. So this is 12 thousandths. How about 121 thousandths? 121 thousandths. Then 91.121 thousandths. Like this. Okay, next example. Name the place value of the digit 8. So this digit. So what's the place value for this digit? Okay, this one is okay. So this one is in the second digit, right? Second digit. So first digit is 10th. 8 is 100th, right? 100th. So the digit 8 is in the 100th place. 100th, right? 100th place. Okay, then let's write this decimal number as a fraction. Okay, write it as a fraction. So look at this. This is 10th, 100th, thousandth. So the denominator has to be thousandth, right? Thousandth. How many of them? 289 thousandth. Make sense? So write down the number 289 over 1000. Okay. When you have a decimal number or whole number, you can put zeros, as many zeros as possible at the end of the number. So, any number of zeros may be written to the right of a decimal part in a whole number. So if a number is a whole number, like a 62, then you can put zeros after the decimal point. After the decimal point, you can put 1 0 or 2 zeros or as many zeros as you want. So this is equivalent to what? 62. So 497, this is a whole number. So you put a decimal point and put zeros at the end, as many zeros as you want. Still, the number is unchanged. Okay, so this is pretty obvious, right? And then also, if you have let's say this is a decimal number, like a 0.8. This is 8/10, right? 8/10. Then you can put zeros after the last digit 8. Decimal digit 8. So 80 or 0.8000, or you can put more zeros, still okay, right? So we can just ignore all zeros from the right if these numbers are after the decimal. Okay, so 1.35, 1 and 35 hundredth. So that is 1 point, you can put another 0 at the end of 5, or 2 zeros, or 3 zeros, or 4 zeros. Still, this is equivalent, 1.35. 1 and 35 hundredth. All right, then how do you compare which decimal is greater and which one is smaller? It's pretty simple. What you have to do is compare each digit in the decimal. Each digit. So the first digit is the ones digit is now 0. Okay, then here's a decimal. So after the decimal, compare the 10th digit. 10th. Then 6 is less than 7. Okay, then this one is smaller than the next digit, the next number. So 0.693 is less than 0.71. Why? Because when you compare each digit from the left, 6 is less than 7, right? Okay, then what if we have a number, if the number on the right side is, let's say, 6.6988, something like this. Okay, then 0 is same, right? Then compare the next one, still 6 is same. Okay, the next digit is 9, still same, and the last digit is 3, and this is 8. Now 8 is greater than 3, so this number is greater. The second number is greater. Make sense? So from this, let's write these numbers in order from smallest to largest. All right, the ones digit. So the ones digit is all ones, so they're same. Then let's check the 10th digit. So this is 0, 2, 0. Here's 0, 2, 0, 1, 2. So 0 is a small number, right? Smaller than the others. So these two are candidates. All right, and then compare this one and the next digit. So 1 is greater than 0, right? So that this is the smallest. So this is greater than this one. So the smallest is 1.002. So 1 and 2,000th. All right. And next one is, of course, this guy, right? This is the second part. 1.01. All right, so now let's compare the ones digit. And this is 2, this is 1, this is 2. Sorry, I'm sorry. So we got this is the smallest one. This is smallest. We got the smallest. Okay. Now back to this. All right, then let's compare this digit. So we have 0, 1. This is 1, right? 1.01, 1.1. And when you compare these two, which one is smaller? Oh, this one is smaller, isn't it? Smaller. So that is correct. This is 1.02 is the second largest. All right, the next one is, okay, here is digits. The ones digit is, so 10th digit is 1. This is 2 and 2. So we have 3 numbers, and this is the smallest one, 1.1, right? Okay, and then we have this number and this number. So let's compare these two. Are they same? This time it's the same. I think I did. Oh, sorry. Okay, let's say this is 2, 1. Okay, this is 2, 1. All right, then let's compare these two. This is 1.2 and 1.21. So still the 10th digit is same, right? Then we'll compare the next digit, which is the 100th digit. This one does not have 100th digit, but isn't it obviously has 0 at the end? Yes. So when you compare the 100th digit, 0 is smaller than 1. So 1.2 does not have anything on the, nothing on the hundredth digit, but that is equivalent to 0, right? If it's nothing, then just assume there is a 0 here so that you can compare this two. So 0 is less than 1, so that 1.2 is less than 1.21. So we just wrote these numbers in order from smallest to largest. Okay, now let's check how to round a decimal to a given place value. Okay, this should be similar to rounding whole number, and the only difference is that in this case the digits to the right of the given place value are dropped, instead of writing zeros. Okay, for example, okay, look at this number. Okay, we want to round 6.9237. So this is, so how do you read this one? Okay, 6 and okay, there are 4 decimal places, so 10th, 100th, 1000th, 10,000th. So we can read it as 6 and 9,237 10,000th, right? Okay, so I'm gonna round this number to the nearest hundredth. So hundredth is the place value. So hundredth is what? This is 9 is 10th, this is the hundredth, right? So this is the given place value, which is hundredth, and we will compare the next digit next to this place value, which is 3. So if the number, the next digit is less than 5, then drop all these digits. Okay, drop all these 3 digits, 3 and 7. So if the digit to the right of the given place number is less than 5, which is 3 is less than 5, then what? All digits to the right of this given place value are dropped. So when you are asked to round the number to the nearest place value, hundredth, then think, this hundredth value, should I increase this number? Should I increase this number by 1? And then that decision comes from what? Next digit. Can you see it? So I will write it something like this. Should I, can I write it here? Okay, should I increase the number, the digit, increase the digit in the place value by 1. And the decision comes from what? Then check what? Check next digit. So next digit, which is next to the given place value. So should I increase this to? Your hundredth is 2, right? 2. So should I increase this to? Okay, then check the next digit, 3. And 3 is less than 5, then leave it. Do not increase this number by 2. Leave it. And then drop all others. So the answer will be 6.92. Done. Right, done. So what if this number is greater than or equal to 5? So I wanna check. So let's try this next one. So round 12.385 to the nearest tenth. So 12 and 385 thousandth. So nearest tenth. The tenth is this one, right? This one. This is the tenth. This is the place value. So always question yourself. Should I increase this number in the place value by 1? Should I increase it by 1? It depends on what? Next digit, 8. So if the next digit is greater than or equal to 5. So if the digit to the right of the given place value is greater than or equal to 5, then what? Increase the digit in the given place value by 1. So increase this number, increase the number in the given place value by 1 because 8 is greater than or equal to 1. Make sense? Okay, so the answer will be now what? 12 point. So increase the number in the given place value, which is 10th, by 1. All right, and then drop all the other digits. Okay, then let's check this. Okay, round this number to the nearest thousandth, right? Thousandth. Okay, thousandth is the place value. So 4 is tenth, hundredth, thousandth. So this is the thousandth, right? So this is the place value, isn't it? This is the given place value, which is thousandth. So ask yourself, should I increase this number? Well, it depends on the next digit. So 7 is greater than 5. Yes, it's greater than 5. So we will increase. So increase 9 by 1, which is 10, isn't it? 10. So 9 becomes 0. And then you have a 6, right? 6. So you need to add 6 by 1. So it will be 7. You know, carry up. So the answer will be 0.470. Because when you add 9 by 1, so just like, you know, adding 9 by 1, then what happens? This becomes 0. So 1 carried. So 6 becomes 7, 4 point, and 0, right? Make sense? Alright, then should we leave 0 or drop this 0? Well, in this case, leave it. Because you are rounding the number to the nearest thousandth, right? Thousandth. So make sure even the thousandth value is 0, just leave it. If you remove this one so that it becomes like this, then this one looks like you're rounding the number to the nearest hundredth. But actually you're rounding to the thousandth. So leave it. So leave it up to thousandth place. Alright, then let's do this one. Next example. Round this number to the nearest whole number. What do you mean by whole number? Whole number is all the way up to what? One's digit, isn't it? One's digit. So this is the whole number part. So the given place value should be the one's digit. Okay, so this is the given place value. And then should I increase this number? So always question yourself, should I increase the number in the given place value? Okay, that depends on what? The next digit. Since 4 is less than 5, leave it. Leave the number. So leave it. And then drop all the numbers. So it will be just 72. Okay, lastly, this is an application question. Okay, here's a table. This table shows the number of home runs, the home runs hit for every 10 at bat. So the question is, okay, among these 4 players, who had more home runs for every 10 times at bat, 100 times at bat? Okay, so is it Ted or Bat? Okay, it is given. So is it Ted or Babe? Well, okay, what is the home runs? What is the number of home runs? Okay, Babe is 8.05. This is for Babe, right? And then Ted is 6.76. These two. We are checking these two. So as you see this, 8 is greater than 6. So 8.05 is greater than 6.76. So definitely Babe had more home runs for every 100 at bats. Right? Just compare the number, the decimal numbers. All right, that's it for this section, and make sure to do your homework.